Howdy, Simmers. Y'all already know I've had a thing for building tiny homes in The Sims lately. Well, I'm here to tell you that that has not changed, and today I'm going to try to build a tiny home with the new Enchanted by Nature expansion pack. I could do a really funny and dumb thing where I build literally like a wall and just put some kitchen equipment out because half of this pack is just living out in nature. It's about literally surviving without like any kind of house stuff. So I could do that, but I'm not gonna because I've built an actual house for you guys. So the lot that I have built this house on is a 20 by 20 lot in the new world of Inniscreen. It is literally up in a tree, and it's such a nice area, but it is a little strange because of it being in a tree. Like, I tried to get a picture, and when I was in camera mode, trying to adjust like the angles and stuff, my camera was zooming. It was insane. But I did eventually get a decent-ish picture of the house, but oh my gosh, that was really, really intense. But since this is a tiny home that we're building, what better style of house to build than a hobbit home, as inspired by the trailer for the pack that showed we could make hobbit homes with just a kind of curved roof situation. And yeah, I imagine a lot of people are building hobbit style homes, and I'm no different. I'm sorry. I'm not original. But I cut out a lot of footage of me trying to get this landscaping up on the roofs here because, oh my gosh, as nice as this feature is, as much as I love it, it is a struggle. It is super infuriating because, firstly, they don't sit properly on the curved roofs, which, honestly, that's not surprising whatsoever. But they're really, really picky about where they go, and even move objects does not seem to have really an effect on them. So that sucks. But they also didn't really think this update through because so much of this landscaping stuff can go on roofs now, and because of that, it doesn't want to get too close to the house on the ground because it keeps wanting to try to go onto the roofs. So I'm having to maneuver a little bit and try to find some landscaping that I don't typically use that will not go on these roofs. So it's a bit of a hassle, but I did it, and I think it came out fine. Honestly, it's still really simple landscaping, but this is probably one of the better landscape jobs that I have done, and that could just be because I had to be very limited now with this update, but it is what it is. I don't think my terrain paint situation was that bad either, though. So I'm really proud of myself stepping up my game. So yeah, I once again am utilizing tiny living a little bit with the kind of benefits of being in a tiny residential. So if you want this lot type, you do have to have the tiny living stuff pack. But I think this house came out really, really nice for what it is. Like, I've been trying to build with this pack for a little bit, just like on my own, and I've been having such a struggle with it. And I think that's due to kind of the lack of a lot of options for stuff. As we know, we didn't get a single bed. We also don't have like any end tables or anything in this pack, which is a little strange to me. But yeah, we also, I discovered, did not get like really any proper art in this pack, which is a little infuriating, but it is what it is. I'm just glad that I have all of the packs because it makes my life so much easier with, finding stuff to kind of substitute in for what Enchanted by Nature is lacking. And yeah, I think that this is probably my best work so far with the new pack. And I'm really happy that I get to share this with you guys because it's just so good. I'm genuinely so happy with it. Like, if I had plans to play in this house, I definitely would. I don't have anything that I really want to do with this house. I just thought it would be fun to build something kind of small in this new nature-esque theme, I suppose. I did make this kind of mossy grass carpet work, and I'm really proud of myself for that because I remember when I was looking back through my overview and going over each item, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna incorporate this into my builds. Well, now I did, and it turned out really nice. So yeah, I was questioning the bathroom situation. I did not know what the layout of this house was gonna be, but I got the bathroom to be a little bit bigger, which I like. And because of that, we have this little nook where the bed is, and it just fits in so nice. So I am genuinely proud of how this build turned out. It does have elements that probably don't fit the aesthetic, such as the thermostat and also the burglar alarm. But there are some items in this game that I just feel are a necessity for any build, no matter what the theme is. So I hope you guys don't mind that. If it really bothers you, you can just delete the stuff. It's okay. But this house is playtested, and everything works. The only problem I ran into during playtesting was that I did end up having to switch out the light in the bathroom, because the one that I put down originally was, I guess, too low hanging for that room, and they couldn't like access the shower. So I just switched it out for one of those tiny little, I don't know what kind of lights they are, but a really small ceiling light. And that worked fine. And they didn't have a problem with any of the other lights, because I used it a few times, but it doesn't seem to bother them anywhere else. So, I don't know. But there isn't too many activities really to do. We have a TV, there is a bookshelf, and then out here I get a couple of planters and an easel. So there is stuff to do, but there's no, like, computer or anything. But that's the end of the footage. I'm gonna hop into the game, and I'm gonna show you this build. Alright, so here we are, and like I said, this camera is zooming because of this tree here, like, it's so crazy. But here is the front here. It's really nice, and I have no idea how they actually get up here. I guess there's some kind of path and then this bridge here. Anyway, so I tried to use as much of this kind of wall foliage as I could. And I think I did pretty good with what I got. There's a little seating area over here. We've got the planter boxes. There is an outdoor trash can in the back of the house. I usually try to hide it away. But if we come through here, we enter the house. We have a little kind of hall section here, but here is the bed. And they should be able to access both sides. I did try. My sim was able to scoot over. Everything was fine. We have a little dresser thing here, and it's also kind of serving as a divider for our quote-unquote bedroom and the living room. There's a mirror here, but we come in here. We've got a couple of chairs, just a little TV. Then we have small dining room here with one of the living plants. And then this is our kitchen. And it's really small, but it is functional, and we love to see it. And then lastly is the bathroom, which has got just the shower. I was not going to fit that new tub in here whatsoever, so. But that is the full space. So there's not too much to it, of course, because it is a tiny house, but I think that this came out really, really cute. And I feel like I did really good with this kind of nature-esque aesthetic. Yeah, I hope that you guys like it. I think it's so cute. It really is. I might actually try to play in this myself at some point, but who knows? If you'd like to download this build, you can find it as Hobbit Tiny Home on the gallery under TheSimmingKoalaa with 2 A's at the end. That is my gallery ID. It is always in the description if you guys ever want to download anything from me. It's a little over 22,000 simoleons, so it is unfortunately not a starter home, but it is close, and it looks like it only uses like 13 packs, but you could technically get away with not having Lovestruck for this because all I use is literally a plant, so I don't know. I think you could do without most of these packs in here. Just make sure you have the new pack if you want to download this build, because it is primarily enchanted by nature. I hope that you all like the build. I had a lot of fun with this, honestly. I was really worried about not really the outcome, but I was worried that I would not be able to make this look good because it's definitely not a style that I typically build in, and I want to try to build more stuff like this. It's just going to take me a lot of practice to kind of get more comfortable with the stuff, especially because it is new. But I don't know, I guess you guys can look forward to more nature-esque builds in the future, because I'm probably going to be building a lot of stuff like this just to kind of get some practice in, so I guess stay tuned for that. But yeah, if you like the build, let me know, and how are you enjoying the pack so far? I know it's only been out for like maybe a week or so at this point, but yeah, tell me all the things, and with that I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel and make sure you have notifications on so you don't miss anything. Be sure to follow my socials, links are below. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.